guys just want to introduce yourselves for people who don't know and what you do and stuff?
Massive?
Yeah.
Massive is the band.
Yeah.
Massive.
My name is Bernd Mohn, also known as Massive Skills. I play keyboards in the band Shiny.
You were actually like born Massive Skills, and then somebody just had to make up a human name for you.
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, Bernd.
That's nice.
So that's the story by him.
That's cool.
And my name is Torstein Lofthus, and I serve Massive, the best I can, by playing drums.
Also known
Shiny.
as the Torstinator.
Yeah. But my drumming is to glorify Massive.
And Massive gave me a name. He gave me the name Jörgen Munkeby, and he didn't tell me why.
No.
But that's probably because I have to find out. That's some kind of a test.
It's your lifelong mission to
Yeah,
find
that's
out
right.
why
So,
every story do they involve.
And what am I doing again in the band? Carrying stuff,
You're
sending emails.
So you guys always fans of heavy metal, like right from sort of a young age, or yeah?
I actually have a good story about that.
Every story from Massive is...
No, but this is actually a fun story. I remember we used to have, when I went to, I don't know, it's not preschool, but when you go from 1st to 6th grade, I remember sitting in the yearly, we had this yearly event, everybody went to the church and was singing in choir, and I was sitting there in 5th grade listening to Judas Priest's Sinner. So yes, it's always been metal.
Yeah, that goes for everyone of us. I'm a little bit younger than Massive, of course, because he created me. But still, he was 4 years old when he created me. But I also listen to metal stuff, but of a later generation, like Death and Pantera and Sepultura and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And he listened to AC/DC, so also some kind of rock.
70s, everything.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what for you guys? What was like the one sort of band or album that really got you first into metal? Like, you know, the one defining band you first heard and was like, I love this.
We probably have each.
Yeah, each of you. Yeah, that's what I mean. Each of you separately.
Yeah.
I actually have two. The first I bought them simultaneously. It was Master Puppets and Raining Blood. That was the two first choices.
Yeah, and I discovered the metal scene through Kiss at a very early age, and then but I have to say, my favorite bands of all bands in the world is Led Zeppelin. That's my favorite bands of all.
That's cool.
I'm not sure what my first album was, because I'd rather mention the ones that have been that I remember was important for me when I was young, and that was Entombed's Clandestine and Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power. I think those were two of the albums I listened to the most, I think. Yeah.
That's cool. So when you guys first released Where the Ragged People Go, could you actually see yourself as Black Jazz, or was it something that just happened naturally at the time?
We played in all sorts of other bands at that time, and like we said, we grew up with metal and rock, and we played in pop bands, rock bands, electronica bands.
Yeah.
So I don't think we really thought that Shining were going to develop that way, but still we didn't. We were the kind of people that, I mean, it's pretty natural that we did. But at that time, no, we didn't kind of think that we were going to do that, because we were pretty strict about only playing acoustic stuff, no electric bass, no stuff. So, but still, looking back, it's just really natural.
Yeah.
I know, more natural than what we did at that time, maybe.
Yeah, it is for us as musicians.
Yeah. So first, say like the transition between Sweet Shanghai Devil and In the Kingdom of Kitsch, like what was it at the time that made you just move on to sort of non-acoustic music, basically?
I think it was like, it was we made 2 albums, pretty strict acoustic jazz albums, and so that made us we felt that we had tried doing that, and we also was like 4 or 5 years after the band started, so we all this time had made it possible for us to develop slowly, and it just felt natural. But there are small, for instance, in my life, there is some small things that I'm looking back that makes me understand that these were contributing to this development. For instance, I quit another band I worked with called Yaga Assist, which were mainly they were combining a lot of different genres and electronic stuff and different instruments, and we didn't in training. And so when I quit that, it felt weird to have 2 bands doing that. So when I quit Yaga, then it opened up it was possible to do that in training without having 2 bands doing the same things.
Yeah.
And I also started. I went on a tour with a motorcycle, Norwegian art rock-ish, metalish kind of band.
Yeah.
In 2007, I was on a 2-week tour and some other small concerts with them, which made me kind of rediscover the art rock metal thing.
That's 2007.
2002.
Mm.
2002. So that's things in my personal life, but everybody has these things that they discover. And
Yeah. And I think the thing which came from In the Kingdom of Kitsch and the records after that would be the natural music for us to play our whole life, actually.
Yeah.
But we didn't think we would do it in Shining when we started, because that was so dogmatic. The band, 2 mics in the room and record everything, and then suddenly this big studio production. But it's it's good. It's made us who we are.
Yeah, that's really good. So the 2007 tour you did with Enslaved, and and then of course from that the Armageddon Concerto. Was that another big sort of shift for you in terms of what got you from grindstone to black jazz? Did that make a difference?
I think it was more like a consequence and a manifestation of something that was in motion at that time.
Yeah.
So that didn't make us do any changes, but our changes made us do that.
Okay,
Aiming at. Just as the other albums we released, those are consequences and manifestations of the changes we are making at that time and the things we want to do. That's just the same, only that it hasn't been released. You know?
Okay, yeah.
The Armageddon Concerto, yeah. So, but still, everything it goes in circles. So you do something you want to do, and then if you like what you're doing, then you just kind of feel, okay, this was a good direction to go. Let's see if we can find out more about that direction. So.
Okay, yeah. One of the guys from the blog said, what is it like for a band of extremely talented musicians to just get in a room together, filled with all sorts of musical, you're all incredibly knowledgeable on musical theory and everything like that, and then just basically say fuck it and just play something really loud and abrasive and sort of out there.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys come.
Yeah.
But I'm going down in a couple of minutes. So
Yeah.
Now,
What's that like?
He just.
That's basically what we do. We forget about all the rules and dynamics and stuff, and we just play as hard and loud as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's fun. That's the sort of thing. It's no boundaries. It's just.
And that's even though everything's distorted and everything, we also bring all our background into it. It's also the jazz background, the way we improvise and the way everything. Because actually, a lot of what we do are improvised. Now as well. So it's just a different approach, and it's the same.
I didn't get what you were saying, but this is the thing with learning in all areas, that you learn something, and in that period it's important to do it correctly, by the book, by the rules, stuff like that. Because that's how you learn it. I mean, if you never learn how to do it by the book, you've never learned it. So we're doing that, and then when you finally learn it, then it's time to, if you want it, then you can leave the rules and do other stuff. So that's basically that's what we've.
Yeah, you learn it and forget it.
Yeah, but we're still learning new stuff, which is stuff that we're trying out, which we don't have that much control over. And in a year, so then that we might have managed to get that into our blood. And this is true for each and every one of us in like our personal lives. And is discovering a new double pedal or a new some stuff, and I'm discovering a new, starting to play guitars, you know, all this stuff, new scales, new rhythms, new everything.
And it's also because we're a bunch of people that are restless. It's never good to stay in one point. I mean, a lot of people do, and I all respect to them, but I guess me as a person could never do that. I always need to.
We see development.
Yeah, or just you get really bored really fast, so you always have to think forward.
But people criticise the album, but a couple of people that do accuse it of being directionless and obnoxious. What do you guys think? Did you have a direction when you sat down to record Black Jazz? Did you like, right, this is this? And you improvise bits in the middle, you know, whatever happens. But I mean, is there like underlying themes or whatever? Like
can I just say that the greatest compliment is to get those reactions?
Yeah.
Because when people don't have a reaction to it, then it's it's meaningless. But people love it and people hate it.
Yeah.
That's better than people being mediocre about it.
I actually think this is the album with the most clear direction of all of our albums.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if we're gonna try to make another album with just as clear a direction. But I'm even surprised myself about how clear the whole thing came out, with the whole title and with the whole blend of the genres. I mean, the whole idea is so clear that I'm pretty amazed that we actually managed to do that. But that's my thought. And if people don't like it, then that's fine. And if they think it's whatever they think it is, then
exactly.
But to the point that some people think it's directionless, that's the reason for many other people to like it. They like all these things, and we like it. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what matters.